Hi, and welcome to Plastic Models by a Regular Dude. And today, I'm going to do a real quick video. Earlier this week, or last week I think, a bloke by the name of Jim Deck on Facebook started a Facebook page called Monogram Models Clubhouse. And what he wants it to be is a Facebook page purely about monogram models, the original monogram models, and he's allowing the old monogram molds that are now packaged in Revell boxes, that kind of thing. But he just wants to talk purely monogram models. He has a YouTube channel. He goes by Shutter Ace. You might want to check it out. It's a good channel. His video style is very conversational and laid back. It's really, easy to watch, and it's just a good channel, and he seems like a good guy. And I've been watching his channel for a while, and then when I saw his Facebook page, I thought, I'm gonna check it out. So he did a video on Facebook and talked a little bit about what he kind of wanted to do with the channel, and what he's looking for. And he talks a little bit about that, and then he poses the question, what was your first monogram model? And honestly, I can't remember my first monogram model. I may have built some aircraft early on, but I can't really remember. The first monogram kit I can actually remember building for sure was the monogram Sherman with Calliope rocket launcher on top, called the Screamin' Mimi. That was the first monogram model I can actually remember it being monogram brand, but that's also the first armor kit I ever built. And once I built that one, I was pretty well hooked on armor from then on. I still built planes and stuff like that, but cars fell by the wayside. Civilian subjects just kind of didn't do it for me, and I really focused on armor kits, and I built a lot of the monogram armor series. But the first one was the Screamin' Mimi. So that answers the question of what was the first monogram kit that I built. Now, it also has a second meaning to it. So whenever I got back into modeling about 5 years ago, I think, when I got back into building models, I hadn't built models since the late 80s. Then I built a bomber in the early 90s, but that was really it. And then I had a kit that I had partially built that my mom had bought for me in the late 80s, and that was the Tamiya Mobilwagen, the 4-barreled anti-aircraft tank with the drop-down sides on it. Not the octagon-shaped turret, but the drop-down sides. They ended up not manufacturing it. There was only like a prototype, and that was it. But anyway, that was partially built, and I finished building that when I got back into modeling about 5 years ago. And the actual first complete kit that I built when I got back into modeling was this one. It is the monogram Screamin' Mimi right there. That's the decal, complete with silvering and everything. So it kind of came full circle. Now this kit, this isn't one of the ones that was released a few years back under the Revell name and in the Revell box that you can still find at Hobby Lobby and places like that. This is an actual original that came in the white box that was prevalent back in the 70s. My son actually found this on eBay because I talked about it, and he bought it for me on eBay, and I was really stoked. So this is it. This is the monogram Screamin' Mimi. Not only the first monogram kit I can remember building, but also the first complete when I got back into the hobby 5 years ago. Now, it leaves a lot to be desired as far as weathering and paint, and obviously the decals are horrible, but you know, I hadn't built anything in a long time. I had to get my legs back, and you know, things have changed dramatically over the years as far as techniques and you know, products that are available, and you know, it just it's okay. I mean, for the first one I did, but I had a lot of fun building it, brought back a lot of great memories, and I just built it straight out of the box, painted it up, did a little bit of weathering, you know, old school dry brushing technique was about all I did, with some washes and stuff like that. But it was a really fun kit to build, and you know, I really like this. This is one of my favorite models, purely for nostalgia's sake. And you can tell this is a really old kit, because if you look at the top of the rocket launcher in there, rocket launcher, it is quite warped, and that is nowhere near as bad as it was whenever it came out of the box. These are, you know, an upper half and a lower half of each one of these sections of tubes, and man, they were twisted, and I had to really tweak them around and get it to you know, fit and everything. But you know, got it together, it worked, and just really stoked. So that was the first Monogram model I can remember building, my first one coming back to the hobby. So Jim, if you're watching this, I hope this is kind of what you're looking for on this channel or on this Facebook page. And you know, I've got some more that I'll talk about later, but wanted to throw this one out there to let you see it, and that is that. So thanks for watching Plastic Models by a Regular Dude. If you like Monogram models, check out Monogram Models Clubhouse on Facebook, and check out Jim's YouTube channel under Shutter Ace. And you know, if you have any Monogram models yourself, why don't you talk about them? Show us what you got. So anyway, thanks for joining me here on Plastic Models by a Regular Dude and Monogram Models Clubhouse, and I will see you all later.